Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoiler-free review of The Star-Touched Queen by Roshni Chokshi. I won this arc in a Twitter giveaway from the author. The Star-Touched Queen is a Hades and Persephone retelling with Indian folklore elements mixed in, and when I heard that synopsis, I knew I had to read this book. I've been so highly anticipating this book because I love everything Hades and Persephone, and this book is about a girl whose horoscope promises a marriage of death and destruction, and it is so perfectly Persephone that I knew I had to have it. It takes place in a very mysterious and very magical fantasy world that has all these elements of Indian culture and Indian folklore mixed into it, and it is so unique and so fascinating, and I loved it. First, I do want to talk about the world building. I think the world building and the writing do go hand in hand with the story. So the writing is very almost like lyrical, whimsical, magical. It's very rich. It's a writing style that not everybody's going to enjoy, but it's a writing style that I personally love. If you are a fan of Neil Gaiman, like with Stardust or An Ocean at the End of the Lane, that kind of like mysterious writing that you can really kind of sink your teeth into, that have these beautiful passages, but that just kind of really evoke how magical the place is. Another book is The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland and Ship of Her Making. That book has a very kind of similar writing style, and that kind of magical, whimsical writing style I love so much because it kind of builds the world with the style of the writing. It just, you feel like you're in this place that is just so imbued with magic and that anything is possible, and that's pretty much what this book talks about, in that things just are the way they are in this world, and you just have to kind of accept those things, that not everything is going to get explained to you. Some people might think that it's a fault with the world building. I enjoy fantasies like that when they are written the way that this is, where you just come to expect this. It's like its own unique fairy tale. Yes, it is based on Hades and Persephone, but it's its own unique folklore. It's like its own unique folk story. You almost feel like this is a story that could be told around like a campfire or something, and it is so beautiful, and I just really sank into the world and the writing. Next, let me talk about the characters. I love Hades and Persephone. I am Hades and Persephone trash, and I am not afraid to admit that. So I adore these characters. These characters are not Hades and Persephone, they are kind of based on them. So the main character is amazing. I love female characters that are stubborn and impulsive most of the time, and those are my favorite kind of protagonists. I love them, and I'm always screaming at them like, no, don't do that, but I love you. And that is how I felt with her, and I feel like she really did embody that sense of Persephone. A lot of times with Hades and Persephone retellings, I don't enjoy them because I feel like they don't get Persephone right, that they get Persephone as this kind of meek and mild and like unassuming character, and then they have Hades, this like big bad guy and all this stuff, and that is not Hades and Persephone, okay? In myth, Persephone is more feared than Hades is as far as the Greek pantheon, and Persephone's name couldn't even be spoken a lot of times because people were so terrified of her and her like rage and just her, she'll kick your ass, dude. So that's pretty much how this main character was. I absolutely adored her from the beginning, and I loved everything about her. Even when she was making mistakes and doing things that I hated, I still adored her. I also love the Hades character. I thought that he was really well done. He was powerful, but he was not powerful in a I'm a bad guy type way, and I really enjoy that because, again, a lot of times Hades gets mixed up with the like Western version of like the devil or something, and that is not what Hades is, and that is not the personality type that I enjoy in my Hades and Persephone retelling. So I really did enjoy him, and I enjoyed their bond, I enjoyed their relationship and how it grew, and I really enjoyed their conversations and everything about that. As far as the plot, this book is told in two separate pieces, kind of, so I enjoyed both of those. The first half is more kind of action-based to me, and the second half is more like feeling. That's a hard way to kind of explain it, but I loved the story in this. I thought it was so well done. I didn't know what to expect going into this, and they kind of feel both like two different books, but in a good way. I know a lot of times when you have two books kind of mixed into two parts, you can kind of get a little lost in those, but I really enjoyed how this was done. And the second half almost kind of reminded me a lot of Wicked in a way too with its writing style. So if you enjoy all these kinds of writing styles like Wicked and Neil Gaiman and the Fairyland series, I think you'll really enjoy this writing style and the way that this is done and the way that the story is told. I really enjoy stories like that. So I really enjoyed all those elements that we got to see in the second part, and just it all really comes full circle, and things are revealed to us slowly, and there's things you just have to accept, and there's things that you just get little tidbits here and here until you finally get the full picture, and I really loved it. I read this book in I think about 2 sittings. I just completely inhaled this book and I loved it. The one thing is I would like to have seen more of the villain character in this. The villain character is interesting, and I would have liked to see more of them. We do get to see them more and how they fit into the story towards the end, but I would have liked to see even more of that, and that is pretty much my only complaint for the story. I just loved everything about how everything was woven together, and the beautiful writing, and the pace of it, and how interesting and a new take on Hades and Persephone it was, while still getting those core elements that I enjoy. Correct? In my opinion, correct, obviously. So I really enjoyed this one, and I gave the Star Touched Queen 4 out of 5 stars. So comment down below and let me know what you thought of the Star Touched Queen. Thank you all for watching, and I will see all of you guys soon. Bye!